Survivor News.
Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News.
Survivor News. Survivor News.
Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News. Survivor News.
Coming to you live, loud, and in color is the baby boys of Survivor News, covering Survivor Season 49. The lights are on. You can see them. We are bright. We are joined by the first merge boot of Winners at War and host or contestant of a new show to come out in 2016. Yeah, I hype my best friend up. Sorry, not sorry. NDA not it. NDA not signed.
2016. No,
2016.
How about don't say a word, Brice? How about that? Okay, don't say a word.
Sorry, it's just the jersey that you have on make me feel like we was in 2016. 2026, potentially a new show that Wendeezy might be on.
I guess we didn't get the don't say a word memo.
Oh, I didn't say a word. I said words.
That you did. Go on.
Welcome back to the podcast.
It's good to be back. Thank you, Brice.
And let's be clear. Somebody in the YouTube comments said if this was Destiny's Child, let's welcome the Beyonce of the podcast, the man, the myth, the legend, the Jackery of the Atkins. Say my name.
Someone said that in the comments?
They did.
That's crazy.
Wow. I'm gonna have to go start my own thing. Nah, I'm kidding. I don't think that would go so well. And I would never leave. I would never ever leave. Yeah, it's good to be back. It feels like, I don't know why, but it felt like it's just been a long time since the last episode, since the last time we talked. So I was telling you guys I've been on my corporate grind this week, but I got today off because I was like, podcast priority number one, and I'm going to a little movie later. But yeah, I'm very excited. The last few days I've just been bored out of my mind at this office. So being here with you guys, got to sleep in a little bit too. So, I'm feeling really good. I'm really excited.
Yeah. Well, we love to hear that. We are back from Baltimore, not the DMV to be confused. We were in Maryland, but Baltimore at the Brice and Win 49 stop. Our first time in Be More as the duo of Brice and Win, and Baltimore showed out. Okay, Jack, there was so much energy in the Baltimore building, Jackery, that 2 minutes before the episode came on, the lights went out. It went whoosh.
Ooh.
I said, oh my God, what is going on? I'm smiling, walking around. I was like, huh? Some people kept saying, is this a part? Because Annie just ended her performance, and people were like, is this a part of the night? I was like, yeah. Yes.
It was our first time in Be More. They don't know what to expect. So hey, there was so much energy that we ran out of energy, and the lights went out, and I was upstairs.
Yeah. Park it, Jack. The lights went out.
Was it just the lights or the power?
Everything.
Okay. Because I was gonna say lights off, but then the Survivor comes on. I mean, that could have been tough.
That would have been cinema.
That would have been pure cinema. And so, shout out to the staff at the Perch and our tour manager, Joey Hatch, who are, working things out to the best of their ability. And I'm like, let me find Wendeezy. Let me, we should do something. I should maybe dance. I should maybe do something. Maybe if there's a snake in the building, I could.
Yeah, Brice is looking for a snake so he could bite the head off of a snake.
Show my magic trick. Jack, where do I find Wendell though, Jack? I thought Wendell was Jack Atkins.
He was trying to fix the speakers.
Thank you. I was in the corner looking for the speaker cable. We also had John Lee, our amazing photographer. So he had his big light. Sometimes he'd be able to flash it so people would see some things. And I look up and I see I'm sitting in the corner, like I might be scrolling on Instagram. I don't know what I'm doing. And Brice is like, we need to say something. Get up.
Just like that.
So I'm like, okay. And we're on a balcony, kind of. We're looking over, and Brice gives an announcement.
I say, Baltimore, y'all brought so much energy. Y'all turned the lights out. And at that moment, Jack, the lights came back on.
Perfect
Wow.
timing.
Holy aura. No.
Everyone was like, what?
Wow. That's awesome. So who was in the building? I'm sure we had my boy Gabe Ortiz in the building, Baltimore legend.
Gabe Ortiz was in the building. Gabe's father was in the building. Let me just tell you something about Judge Ortiz.
Leave
Okay.
it alone.
Gabe might not have made the Zaddy calendar yet, but here come the judge. The judge could be in the calendar. We had Emily Flippin, who I just admire and love so much. Like, I see why Emily did so well on her season, because she's amazing. She is a joy. We had Gio in the building. We had some Squid Games in the building. We had some Love is Blind season 7. Our girl Katie was in the building. Who else was there, Wendeezy?
We had Ty from Destination X in the building.
Yes.
Who else was there? Jeez. Oh,
we had Brett
had
LaBelle.
Brett LaBelle was in the building. You already mentioned our Squid Game friends, Letitia and Blake. Who else do we have? Oh, we had some surprise guests in the building.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Wow.
And let me tell you, Brice, tell you, this season, we have had some surprise guests in the building. And it seems like whenever they're in the building, it ain't a good day for them.
Oh.
And so when this person tells us that she's coming, I'm like, yo, say it ain't so. Christina, we do not want you to go home after seeing Nate, MC, Alex, Jawan. Do not give us Christina.
I was there too. My name's Alex Moore.
Alex came with his big heads.
Yes. We had the pastry chef, Drew.
Drew came down from Rehoboth, Delaware.
So let me get this straight. Christina was there and you guys were worried, but Sophie was not there, was she?
Sophie Spaghetti was not there.
Who has been in the building this season during their demise, I guess you could say?
We could start week 2.
We didn't bite the head off the snake, but
that's week 3.
Oh.
Week 2. You don't remember?
Well, actually, week 1. Annie.
Week 2.
That was week 2.
He keeps on calling. He keeps on calling Boston week 2. Though everybody was in Boston. Annie performed. She rocked out in Boston. It was her first time performing with us, and she crushed it. And then we watched her go home on the episode.
Sad.
But so it was her. And then week 3, go ahead, Brice.
Week 3, we did not suck the head off of the snake. The snake was biting, and it was Jake went home. We've also said goodbye to Christina. No, I mean MC.
MC in Chicago.
MC in Chicago.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, Joanne.
So it was Annie, Jake, MC, Joanne. So we know Christina's coming to Baltimore. We're like, girl, this better not be your night. And thankfully it wasn't.
Yeah.
But it was a great episode.
Say, with all those people, though, it sucks. But at the same time, it's like, who else do they want to spend their last episode with than with Brice and Wen in the community? So, there's something to be said about that.
Absolutely agreed.
Brice, you're a little laggy, by the way.
Oh, am I? I think I'm lagging because I'm sagging because I'm sad because it makes me think that there are only 2 more episodes left, and that means there are only 2, but in the Brice math, 3 more stops of the Brice and Win 49, the blueprint. And yeah, it's makes me sag to lag.
This is so
And
bad.
next week, Ozzy and some of his friends might be Wendell and myself, will be in Boston for episode 12. Tickets are available. And then the finale, Can't Believe season 49, is coming to an end December 17th. Coast to Coast will be in New York and LA. Tickets are available. So make sure you click the link in the Brice and Win Present Instagram bio or Twitter or our Instagrams itself. But yeah, it's crazy. The energy of this tour has been amazing. Baltimore showed out. Everyone in Baltimore last night kept saying, "What's up with us for 50?" And Jack, every time somebody would say something, Wendell would be like, "I'm going to add it to my notes. I'm adding it to the notes." I was like, oh my God. Also, there was a young lady there who is a posse member. She was like, "I love when you guys get so mad at Jack for things he can't control." I said, "Well, what he can't control? He's so much younger than you guys, and how's he supposed to know Ja Rule?" I was like, "Well, he don't need to know Ja Rule, but he should know that Run DMC is not Ja Rule." She was like, "Now listen, I'm on y'all side, but I just love it." And so, I mean, maybe we just haven't been testing Jack enough this season. Maybe we've been giving Jack, we've been putting him
I mean,
not
look,
on the hook.
I mean, Spotify rap just dropped. So if there's ever a time to test some music, I'm ready for it.
Oh,
Maybe not actually ready for it, but like, I'm a willing participant if you guys want to test.
oh.
Another thing, yes, Brice, I was in my phone putting my potential, because we have a list of places we're gonna go to for 50.
Here we go.
And then we have a list of maybes. And we also might activate our friends.
Because Jack knows.
No, I was gonna say, I know your ass has like in your notes, it's like stops and then your maybes, and it's people are like, "Yo, you gotta come to like Morgantown, West Virginia." You're like, "Oh, we can maybe work that in."
Yo, my maybes are just like that. They're just like that. But last night, I think a maybe just moved up a little higher on the list.
OKC.
Right?
Okay. Even I thought we went to OKC already.
Jack.
No thunder.
He thought the whole time we're going to KC, Kansas City. He swore it was OKC.
Brice was like, "Oh, KC, I love KC."
But yes, Christina said we need to go to OKC. Saul has been saying we need to go to OKC. Brett said that he would come because Chris Hammonds is out there. So OKC is making its way up. If y'all want us to go somewhere, let us know in the comments. That's all I'm saying.
You guys gotta pull up to Anchorage, Alaska.
Yeah. I'll be down. Listen, but I mean, somebody said Puerto Rico in the comments, and I said, "Now wait a minute, there might be something there. You might be able to get the 3 baby boys to Puerto Rico."
Somebody said Montreal, Brice.
Oh,
just saying.
Somebody said Las Vegas, but that was Jaliski.
I mean, Vegas would be sick. Vegas would be sick.
Yeah.
But it's 50, I feel like 50 might, you got to go with the certified classics for 50. You got to go all out. So I feel like a couple surprise stops could be fun, but it's like you don't want to skip out on the verified bangers just to go to like Winnipeg. You know what I mean? So, but I'm sure you guys got it all plotted out. Do you guys have the 50? Not you don't got to share them, but do you know where you're going for 50 yet? Or are you still working it out?
We know.
Hold on a second.
So when Wendell's like, "Oh, we can maybe do that," he's like,
"No, we have where we're going. We have spots that are open because season 50 is a Brice and Win celebration and anniversary. It is our 10th tour, which is a huge milestone. So we are leaving some spots open because it is in the hands of the fans. And you know what I just forgot, because season 50 will be a milestone for Brice and Wynn. 10 incredible and amazing seasons. Do you know what else is a milestone?
What? Podcast? Is this
Yes.
our 10th season?
This might be me and you, Jax, maybe like our 11th season. This might
Did
be.
we start 38 or 39?
I think we
Did we start
38.
39?
Then you had a spring break, and then when DZ jumped off. But yes, it is a podcast milestone. We have to do the numbers. But this Survivor News episode is the Purple Pants Podcast 600th episode it has ever put out. And so I am very thankful for the posse. I am very thankful for the Jack Atkins. I am very thankful for my bulldog, Win DZ, who don't play about his best friend. And yeah, this is 600 episodes, which is a huge milestone, and it should be celebrated. And so I want to just celebrate with y'all because I'm very grateful. It is not an easy task to manage friendships like Jack's, who him and I can't get on the same page about what time is what time, managing friendships with Wendeezy, touring around the country, working a full-time job, and doing all the behind the scenes. But I'm always so grateful for the posse and for Wendell and Jack, especially for, just being there and helping me along the way. It's something truly to be celebrated. So I just want to take that time and take that moment and space that, yes, PPP 600.
Wow. Congrats on the big 600.
Brice, I didn't know that. I hope your people show you love for having 600 episodes.
My people are here, so I am hoping that you guys show me love. But anyway, 600 episodes.
What you got for us, Brice?
The britches ain't wet just yet. Oh, okay. But listen, we got to get into this episode because there are just so many nuances, so many incredible things, so much that I want to talk about. And there's just so many moving parts. And I think on the beach, because we got Savage Sage. Okay, the first half of this episode, we got Savage Sage. And I believe Sage said to Spaghetti. I just like saying Spaghetti. Is that how you actually pronounce our last name?
I think it's Segretti.
Oh. Well, on the podcast, it's Spaghetti because I used to, But I think Savage Sage said to Sophie, Yellow Sophie, you just handed $1 million to Savannah. And I'm kind of with Savage Savannah because we go all over the place. But I said last episode, I love Yellow Sophie. Like love. I've been loving the game that we have been seeing with her. But I felt like the move to her to get rid of Jawan was a terrible mistake, respectfully, because I felt like, girl, if you jump in ship, and although you are at the bottom of Sage, Jawan, Christina, and yourself, like that powerhouse of Rizzo, Sophie B, and Savannah, like I wouldn't really want to play with that. Like I would want to work with the numbers, and we kind of see how the episode played out because I really do feel like if they would have targeted somebody else, I really feel like Yellow Sophie could be here. But that's just my hot take.
Brice, sometimes I think that we operate knowing who's on 50, and sometimes I think that you got these three. You got this power three that we know of, this three with all the arsenal that's like, why aren't y'all taking a shot? And then you have a whole lot of people on the other side. So sometimes I say, oh, they're dealing with imperfect information. We're watching it, so we're seeing everything that's going on out there. But in actuality, we also have imperfect information because we're just seeing an edit. So sometimes I think that they're looking at them like it is just three people. So I can, whether it's waiver back and forth, or I can take a shot over here, take a shot over there, play the middle. Sometimes I think, and then I start looking at these people. They've been letting Rizzo walk around with an idol scot-free. Like I dare I say they're kind of Xandering him. Like, yo, he got an idol. He got an idol. He's feeling himself. He got an idol. We letting him go with it. I think they're seeing the threat is Savannah. I think they see other Sophie just as someone that is dipping and dodging. I think the threat is Savannah. So I say this to say, I'm not mad at people that play the middle and bounce back and forth with the understanding that they're looking at this threesome, not how we're looking at that threesome. That's all I'm saying.
How you looking at a threesome? But no, listen, what I want to say is, yeah, right? Sophie kind of jumped ship to go with Savannah Rizzo and Sophie B. I think Sophie B this episode, we see her being like, hey, I know I can't beat a Rizzo or Savannah, or I know that they are closer than I am with both of them. And we see Sophie B kind of realizing, oh, I need to make a move. However, this episode, we didn't see Sophie B make that move because it's like the move that I have to make has to be the right timing. And I feel that way about Yellow Sophie last week, where it's like, I understand the move that you need to make, but I feel like it could potentially have been a tad bit premature because you jump over to the other side. You're a challenge beast. You're swaying the votes. It just, I feel, again, I'm not mad at the move. I understand it, but I'm just saying, like, there is something to that tacticalness of towing the line. Jack, weigh in, because I got another hot topic that's burning up. Go ahead, Wendell. Sorry.
I got another quick rebuttal. We've seen players.
What?
I think it depends on the season, because we've seen seasons where you can jump back and forth and where it's a lot more fluid. In this season, we got this three that ain't fluid. They are locked in and they are sharks and they're not to be played with. And you have these other ones that have infighting and this, that, and the third. So they're so disjointed. So that's the only thing I'll say.
I feel like I hear where you're coming from, Brice. I actually think my biggest gripe this episode is more with Sage because she's been pushing that Savannah narrative, and I think that was really smart, and people weren't getting on board. And then she goes and tells Sophie, you just gave Savannah the game. But I think this episode, if Sage was down to vote Savannah, I think that Steven and Christina would have gone along with it. So here, I feel like Sage actually was the swing vote with an opportunity to actually take out Savannah, and she decided to go and target Sophie out of a sense of like revenge. And so in my mind, for Sophie, I think the move last episode wasn't terrible, because I think this at the 7, you could expect maybe I can get Sage, Steven, and Christina, and then we can make our move and disassemble that trio. And then like, that's my final 4. And honestly, if that works out for Sophie against like a Sage and a Christina, and maybe Steven as well, I think she has a really good shot to win. That's not like a bad path for her to think about. But then it all kind of falls apart because now Sage is acting out of spite and not out of like all of her logic and strategy. The last 5 episodes was really accurate to get Savannah out, and now she kind of like why I'm struggling to understand why she now has the opportunity to do it, doesn't want to do it because she wants to get Sophie out, because she's telling Sophie that she gave Savannah the game, but it's like now you actually are giving Savannah the game.
True. I think throughout this episode, Rizzo been saying, strike while the iron is hot, right? You got to strike while the iron is hot. No, he wrong, okay? You have to serve revenge while it's hot, okay? And that's the thing about Survivor. They always say revenge is best served cold. Yes, but sometimes it's best served piping hot. And I think you are absolutely right, Jack. Sage lets the best of her emotions. They wronged her with Jawan, and she wanted to get that back. And so she wanted that. She didn't want that revenge cold. She said, nah. She put it in the microwave for 30 more seconds. It came out, and she threw it in the face.
Yeah.
But that's why there's the expression, revenge is best served cold, because Brice, everything was hot. She saw red, and she just wanted to avenge her boy. But you can't see the forest from the trees. You have to understand that you've literally been preaching that this woman has the million in her hands. This is your opportunity to take that from her. Yes, you will have an opportunity to get this other lady who did backstab your boy out of here, but you got to, cooler heads have to prevail. Like, It is rule number 1. If you get blindsided by one of your allies getting kicked out, if your feet are still on that sand, you gotta. It's a new day. They could have taken you out that night. It's a new day. Now you got to lock in. You will have your opportunity to get someone else.
Listen, Jack and Wendell, if they vote me out, don't wait 2 days to have my back. I want y'all to have their asses the next. I want y'all to be a sage.
Really?
Yes.
I think it's
Ponderosa, so we
I
can
think talking about this expression, I think it's better both strategically to not act out of your emotions, but I also think just from a pure vengeance standpoint, it is more fulfilling to be like, oh, I'm gonna act like you blindsided my boy Brice. I'm gonna act like we're cool.
Good move.
But 2 weeks down the line, when I stab you in the back and send you home and say that was for Brice, to me that feels better than just being like, oh, like.
Nope. Because when I watch the episode back and I see you cool with them, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you. So I ain't even going to.
Nah, Jawan, because in 2 weeks, when you see me and now it's down to the final 5, and you see me snipe them, pow, and you see me look at you in the jury, pow, then you're going to be doing more than just flexing your arms.
No. I want you to bop, bop, bop. The second
Brice
out.
might be a unique case. Brice might be
but no, you are right. You are right, though. Revenge is best served cold. However, it is one of those unique dishes that you can have. You can eat it hot too. Okay,
you can do it multiple ways. Yeah.
You could do it multiple ways. I will say this: I do think what changed Sage's. Also, can we just give a moment to Sage's eyebrows? Sage's eyebrows have been on point this whole season. I'm trying to figure out, sis, are they waxed? Is it threaded? Is it tinted? Because how is you 20 days in and not a hair out of line? How they still dark? Like, I don't understand that. Wendell shaped his beard up at 11 o'clock in the morning. By 1 p.m., his beard is fuzzy muzzy. Okay, Jack been trying to grow a beard for 13 years, and he still got 2 strands. I don't understand how Savannah's eyebrows are. I mean, they like whoever. I know Sophie B show love to her nail tech, and also shout out to my nail tech Jasmine at Happy Nails. But Sage need to be showing some love to her eyebrow, lady, man, or person, because they are on fleek. But
I feel like all their brows. I saw a post that like all the women's brows are looking on fleek, as they say.
They on fleek.
Like Savannah, Sophie S. Like I feel like their brows are looking crispy too. So,
and not to exclude the men, Rizzo's eyebrows been looking high too. Shout out to the Liz guy. But wait, I do feel like what changed on Sage was it's like Jack. Hear me out. It's like, Jack, you working with Xander, right? All 3 of us, me, Wendell, and Jack, and Xander. We get out Xander. You mad. You ready to serve revenge. However, I come up to you, and I'm like, Jack, I'm willing to get Wendell out, right? I think that changes things. Like, I'm such a close ally to Wendell, right? Like, maybe that eases Sage's mind and like, okay, now I know Sophie knows where she's at. Maybe this buys me a day to serve Jawan's revenge hot, and I know I have her. I think that might have been the tipping point.
Well, you're saying that's what she should have done, right? Is still work with Sophie S.
No, he's saying that because Sophie B came to her like, hey, I'm willing to get out Savannah. So she's like, oh, I got another ally. Oh, we're going to snipe Savannah together at another time. But right now, I'm about to serve up this revenge.
Hot.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's credit to Sophie B. I think that's the big thing about this trio is that people don't realize how close Sophie B is in with them. Granted, looking at 6, it's like I think there is wiggle room. Like if Sophie B wants to make a move, there's a lot of opportunity for that. And then you have Steven's block a vote too, which if he plays it how it's supposed to be used, can't be taken at tribal apparently. So because with this block vote, he has to play it before they go, and it's like a secret. So if he plays it, Sophie B can't steal it. So even if Sophie B is not with them, they could still make something happen.
Let me ask you this question, Jack. With his steal a vote, and he has to
block a vote
Mm-hmm.
before he goes to tribal.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Never.
So
and
he can't steal it at tribal because he don't have it because he already used it, which is really cool.
So, okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
My question was for Sophie B. Thinking back to Xander's season with Liana, and you remember when Liana tried to get Xander's, but she could only ask one question and she wasn't able to get it. I was thinking if Sophie B, like, there's not a world where she'll ever try to get
Rizzo
Steven's advantage because she doesn't know exactly what it is. And
no,
so
I think there is a world where she would.
But like, she don't know what it is though.
It doesn't matter. You just have to ask if they have an idol or have an advantage, and if they have any. I actually don't know if it's like you have to ask idol or ask advantage. But still, if she's like, Steven, do you have an advantage? If he has an advantage, he has to give it. It doesn't matter if she knows what it is.
The Liana thing was Xander had passed his idol off beforehand, so he didn't have it, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was just like.
But no, Brice, it's a valid question. You don't have to know exactly what it is. You just have to ask, do you have like an advantage? And if you have any advantage, then you get to take it. Which I will say, I saw some discourse about this. Like, both of these advantages existing in the same season is a little confusing because, right, like the only advantage now, it might work out totally fine, like TV. Like, I think it's fine, and honestly, but Sophie, knowing Steven has an advantage, might ask Steven, like, can I steal your advantage? But if he played it before they even go to tribal, it's like, how would she ever even know? Now, granted, she could have taken it she could have taken it at this tribal if she wanted. It probably helps balance out the knowledge is power. But to be fair, if I was her, I'd be a little confused of like, oh, well, he played that at camp. Like,
Well, first of all, he said he got an advantage. That doesn't mean he got an advantage.
For sure.
Right.
Secondly, I think that's going to make for great TV. If he plays it, she tries to steal it. They understand. Jeff's like, no, you can't steal it. He doesn't. No, if he plays it, they go to tribal. Now she tries to steal it from him, and he says, "No, I don't have an idol or advantage." When she's trying to vote or whatever, or whoever it is, they can't vote because it was blocked. I think that would be a great TV moment.
No, 100%. I think next week, and also potentially the finale, gearing up to be. I thought this episode was just okay, but I think the next 2 weeks could really be some fireworks because obviously things need to come to a head with the knowledge is power, the block of vote, the idol. Sophie has a bounty of options on what she could do with that. She could flip on Rizzo. Steven she might not, and then Steven could finesse her. And then you look at like a potential final five. I feel like everyone has some equity or some potential to get some votes other than maybe Christina. But I think everyone else, could have, like Steven, if he plays this block vote right, could be a dark horse. Sage has some friends on the jury. So, and then obviously the big three. So I'm excited about the potential of the next couple episodes.
As am I. And I've been loving Sophie B. And I want to see a world where she can sit at the end and win. However, the Survivor Savant in me, I feel like she missed her opportunity. Hear me out, and y'all walk me through this. This was just going on in my head, right? Because she said she was willing to go for Savannah, but then towards the end of the episode, Sophie B was like, I don't want to make my move too soon, then be stuck with Steven, Christina, Sage. Like, makes sense. But in the world that I'm thinking, right? One, you have this ally in Sage now, right? You and Sage kind of have come together like, listen, we on the opposite sides, but listen, we can work together. Sophie B says to Sage, baby, your best chance of winning is sitting next to me, right? Like, and I agree with that. If a Sage and a Sophie B with this current jewelry, that would be interesting. Like, I feel like that both of them would get votes. And so in the thinking of that, I felt like Sophie B should have made her move on Savannah this week, right? Okay. Ooh, Savannah's gone. Now, if I were her, I would then be like, hey, yo, Riz is next. He got to go. I'm taking his idol, making him vulnerable. Boom. He gone. Boom. Playing my idol, keeping me safe. I got safe. Like that. Those are monumental big moves that can happen. And I feel like that is a winning game for me. But y'all eat me up. Pause.
They're big moves.
So Koto.
They're big moves, but again, I'd almost say like they're too big. And they're gonna pick now you're exposed. You're not winning any immunities. They're gonna pick you off. If you ask me.
I mean, that would leave her at 5, but I think she's playing it well, because if she did it this week, you're leaving that other 4 of like Sophie and Sage and Christina and Steven. Granted, Sophie B might be more in with that group than Sophie S, obviously, because they voted for Sophie S. But I think what she's doing now is honestly the right. If she executes it right, I think this is the right course of action, because she could just do that next week, and then you steal the idol at 6, then you have the idol at 5, and then you play the idol at 5, and then you're at 4. Whereas if she did it this week, then she has an idol, but then she has 2 weeks where she has to like navigate, and then she's also like is still taking out one of her closest allies, so she leaves herself a little bit more exposed. Where if she does this move next week, she's got like everything lines up, like the big move at 6, safe at 5, and then you just got to make fire.
So my Sophie B, my plan that I was upset that didn't happen this week, you're saying it actually should happen next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm fine with that. Then I take back. I ain't mad at Sophie B. Keep doing your thing. Can I? Yeah. What you about to say, Wendell? Because I got another thing I want to talk about.
Sophie B is a really good Survivor player, and
she's excellent.
You have her, Savannah, and Rizzo are just a scary trio, because Savannah is a very scary, very bold, I don't care what people think about me kind of player, very dangerous in the new era. And you have Rizzo, who is a Survivor savant. He's very smart. He knows how to play this game. He's played LRGs. He's made to play this game, and he's doing a lot, and he's here to make Survivor moments, and he's here. And he's a great TV character because he gives you every emotion. You're going to see him cry every episode. You're going to see him walk around like a mob boss in an episode. You're going to see him stutter through a chicken or the egg analogy or whatever he did. Like he gives you everything for TV. This trio is so dangerous. I was saying Sophie B is a really good player, but geez, she is with the Sharks, and those 3 at the end is it's difficult.
Yeah, I think she's got to make the move next week, because also she sticks with these people. Now the ball's in Steven's court to kind of do whatever.
And it's like the ball is in Steven's court where you stick with these 3, and somehow Steven is at the end, and you stuck with these 3. There is still a world where the jury might look at a Steven and be like, this man got it from the mud. He been buying, like, you know what I mean? That there's again, Steven, this episode, give me a second. Hold on. Okay. Because Steven running around that island. Steven's spelling immunity right. Listen. Okay. Steven making a name for himself.
Yeah.
Right. When Rizzo talks about striking when the iron's hot, from my perspective, there are for anyone's perspective, there have been 3 challenge beasts, 3 people that won 2 challenges apiece. And it's like, when you get a clear shot at one of these people, you got to take them out. It was Sophie, it was Steven, it's Savannah. And in Rizzo's case, it's like, look, Steven just won immunity. We got to get this Sophie out. But Steven is a dangerous player. He is a dangerous player. He's winning immunities. He's brilliant. We got to watch out for him. But when they get a clear shot at him, you know they're going to try to take a clear shot at this man.
But he's got, I think he's got that dark horse potential, because I do think he's got Christina locked in and Sage too. I think so. If they can cook something up next week, and we still got to talk about it this week, but we laid out all these circumstances that could happen with the knowledge is power, the idol next week. I would love to see say Sophie does go this route of I'm gonna steal Rizzo's idol and we're gonna vote out Savannah or Rizzo, I would still love if Steven and his crew voted for Sophie B after that. Now, I wouldn't love it as a Sophie B fan, but that sort of move, that would like cement Steven as a real winner candidate. Because then you're in the majority at 5. The other Savannah and Rizzo would have nothing, and then Sophie B, who just made this potentially game-winning move, you gotta steal all that credit by blindsiding her anyway. Because I don't think Sophie B, with a move like that in mind, would think that she would also need to play the idol. She would think she could save it.
Yeah.
But that's getting a little bit ahead. But let's talk about, you're talking about this block of vote. Let's get to the journey. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the journey itself and this challenge, but then also the mechanics of this block of vote are a little bit different than something we've seen before. So what stuck out to you about the journey, the block of vote, all that fell into Steven's lap?
What I want to know, in your opinion, before we even get to the journey, when the boat arrives and says only one person can go, and I understand that they're like, yo, and it's an advantage or a journey, or you could possibly lose your vote. I felt like everyone but a Rizzo should have been clawing at going, right? Like, for me, I was a bit surprised at seeing how many people were like, yeah, I'll take it back. I felt like, in my opinion, I'd be like, Savannah, girl, where is you at? Like, yeah, because if you don't win this immunity challenge, Savannah, girl, your butt is going to be on the block, and I would want to try, like, so, but for me, it was so interesting, and I was like, I need to ask Wendell and Jack, like, what do you think the thought process is behind that?
One thing they talked about on Fire this week was the language in the note. What did they say? A strenuous.
Yeah.
Strenuous. So, and they say they're very specific, but also very vague with what they use. And it's like, if we say strenuous, it's about to be something that you're doing. And so I guess that's going to deter people. But then I guess we also see who thinks that you got a lot of people playing it safe. Like, you know what, if I go out there, who knows? I could either lose a vote, I could be exhausted, and I'm leaving this group of people back to plot. Steven took that risk.
But no, I agree. But I agree with Brice, where you're at the final 7, and I see why, like, early in a season you wouldn't want to go on a journey. Like, you're in like the tribal part of the game, you could be missing out on connections, you could get like an unnecessary target on your back. But that's kind of all past. And it seemed like they literally, I think they said like strenuous is the operative word. They're like, it's going to be hard. A lot of them were like, I'm good. It's like, you're at the final 7 of Survivor. You got to buckle in and go do that thing and make it happen. Like, I can understand, though, maybe there's like a sense of, well, if I go do this and it really takes it out of me, maybe I won't be able to perform in the challenges. Maybe I won't be able to win another challenge. Like, maybe there's a trade-off there. But I also think still, like, if you go and you lose, at least you know everything that's like happening, right? Like, you might go and you obviously, I don't know if you can expect that you're going to lose your vote. I mean, I guess that happens a lot, but even if you go and you lose your vote, it's like, at least I know no one else got anything.
Right. And they don't know that I lost.
No, you don't know everything that's happening because you just left 6 people on the island doing stuff without you.
Well, you come back mysteriously. You see how Steven came back and also clock it. The reason why Steven is a winner, the way Steven clocked Rizzo, the way Riz was like, "Are you okay, Steven?" And Steven was like, "I don't know what I got," and Riz was like, "Oh, all right." Steven clocked it. But no, I'm with you, Jack, where it's like, that's how I'm thinking. Like, even if I lose a vote, even if I'm at a disadvantage, I'm coming back like, also, anybody that's going to play Survivor in the future and you go on a journey and you come back, take notes from Steven. I ain't never seen nobody face first in the sand and be like, oh. Like, that is very disarming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I agree with that, Brice, but I also like Wendell, I just mean obviously you don't necessarily know what's going on in the few hours you missed at camp.
Yeah.
But now it's like Rizzo, Savannah, and Sophie B. They kind of know Steven probably has an advantage. But then when you're making your calculations for tribal, it's like you kind of have to assume the worst case scenario. Otherwise, your plays could get foiled. So now I'd be assuming it's like, oh, well, if Steven has an idol or if Steven has a steal a vote, that's going to affect my plans a lot. And I can't like accurately plan. Whereas if I know, okay, I don't have a vote, so that means we need to get this many votes. It's like, all right, we're like, at least you can like know what to plan for. I feel like
I hear you. I actually hear you and I agree with that. On the same topic, the way Steven came back and said, "Hey, this is what happened, and I won an advantage." I don't know if we've seen someone play it this way, but I do love how he played it. Because it's like you're not coming back lying like, oh, I made it. No, it's like, yo, I want it and I have something. Do what you please. I think that was a great way to do it.
Yeah,
I agree.
I love the challenge. I love the mechanics of the challenge. It almost reminded me of Winners at War when y'all had to like go and climb. Like I loved all of it was aesthetically pleasing as a fan to watch.
Yeah,
is what I'll say.
It was a good challenge. I mean, he crushed it too. Like you could tell with the I think he finished in probably under half of the time that he had allotted. Because I mean, he just had a pretty constant good run around the whole thing, and he remembered all the numbers. It was really impressive. And I agree with him. At first, I was like, I don't know exactly what I didn't know exactly how I felt about what he had said, but as it kind of like settled in, I was like, I think that's a great move. Like you are being honest. At this point, you don't owe anybody telling them specifically what you got. Like you haven't been voting with them, or they haven't been voting with you, I should say. Again, I think it's a little bit different now in the game than like if this is day 3 and you're on the journey and you're just like, oh, I got an advantage. It's like the rest of your time will be like, all right, like what's up with that? But now it's he puts this like looming threat of what could he have. And to what I was saying before, it's like now his opposition has to plan for like what could all of the circumstances be? Like how do we go for Steven without knowing what he has? Like it could be anything, and that makes their minds run and it gets them paranoid. Meanwhile, Steven's just like, yeah, just have an advantage. Like
as another Survivor savant, Rizzo is so sure it's still a vote. Jack, if you were in Rizzo's position or just watching this, and you like, would you assume that it was still a vote? And what do you think led Rizzo to believe that?
I think that is the safest assumption. Like I feel like around this time in the game, that's what we see get introduced a lot. Especially you talk about an advantage, and I also think just analyzing the fact, like just if I was Rizzo, being like, okay, it's gonna be a really strenuous this and that. Probably maybe though a little bit more powerful than like an extra vote. And he also knows that Savannah had an extra vote, so it's like, okay, it's probably not another extra vote. I think that's sort of the safest assumption, but at the same time, Rizzo was a little too sure. And it's like, you can't be 100% confident in what it's going to be. Granted, maybe there's something to Rizzo being like, I know you have a steal a vote, because it's like, oh, I actually believe that you have probably the worst thing for us to be against. So if you're like, oh, I know you have that, then it's like then it might seem like, oh, I'm Rizzo and I'm going to prepare for whatever could happen. Whereas if Rizzo's like, oh, maybe he got like an advantage in the challenge, Steven could be like, oh, I really have a leg up here. But if your adversary is like, oh, I know you have like the most powerful thing, and like I'm not really stressing, even though you're secretly stressing. But maybe that says something. I don't even know if that was Rizzo's intention. Maybe Rizzo really just was like, I just know he has a steal vote. But I think we could have had. I mean, clearly it worked out okay this round.
In Sophie's exit interview on RHAP, she said that basically Rizzo was bringing like receipts, like Rizzo knows Survivor. And apparently like it sounds like he was bringing receipts like at this point on this season, on this something, it sounds like he had some data to support like, all right, he should have a steal a vote.
Yeah.
And like you said, Jack, if you're assuming a steal a vote, which is more powerful than a block a vote, and you're like, yo, I know you have a steal a vote, it's basically like him flexing on him, like, look, we're prepared for what you got.
Yeah.
I'm
See,
not
And I don't
sure
know if that was the intention, but maybe it's inadvertently like the desired effect.
I think it is his intention because hear me out, right? Because I want to just glaze Rizzo a little bit, right?
Oh.
Throughout this podcast, Wendell's been like, y'all been letting Rizzo walk around with this idol. I actually think the way that Rizzo has maneuvered this idol should be studied, right? Like, it's not like everyone knows it. Like, he flashes it, he pulls it out.
Stop glazing.
He makes fake ones, right? Like he almost like how Steven was like honest, right? Like I like the way that he utilizes, I think you would agree, Jack, like he utilizes the idol in his gameplay and he has successfully not had to use it. So the way my mind thinks is, like you said, what's the worst thing that Steven could have? Right? And it's a steal a vote. So now he just makes up these facts that he has to steal a vote. But more importantly, what I thought was the smarter thing was when he went to Steven and was like, listen, you got this. And obviously Steven's just like, sure, like whatever you want. But I like how he's like, this is what's best for my game in this idol. This is what's best for your game in this idol. Let's move to getting out Sophie. And in my opinion, like that locks in Rizzo not having to play his idol yet again. And I think that that is really smart. And so I think like him being overconfident, getting everyone else hyped that it is this. And so now you can change the plan based off of this information that you potentially have, and it works out in your favor because you don't have to play the idol and you can get Steven on your side.
Brice, if I'm Steven, wait a minute. Maybe I'm not following you properly, but if I'm Steven, it's me on my radar, Sophie and Savannah. Those are the challenge beasts. I need to get one of them out.
Yes.
We got a mutual enemy right now. Boom, it's Sophie.
But
You
also
have
it
your
works.
idol ain't doing, I ain't, huh?
But Rizzo being able to keep his idol, not be the target and not have to use it, and potentially can secure him Final Four if the time comes, because you have to play the Final Five. Like it's locking that idol, and that's like his insurance. And again, Steven, with this vote, even though it's not the same thing, Steven don't want to have to use it. If Steven could wait to use it another time, it could essentially maybe change his game. So I'm just saying the logic of Rizzo to present that plan to Steven to say like this is mutually beneficial. Like I don't necessarily think it's mutually beneficial to like Savannah, Sophie B, and Rizzo as a whole. I think like this is mutually beneficial for Rizzo. I just think it's the way he's been utilizing this idol and the way that he utilized knowing what Steven has, it worked out for Rizzo and Steven. I just personally think. So I don't think it was just a fluke.
Yeah. Somewhat. I mean, I don't know if that was I generally like. I think Rizzo's been doing an excellent job with the idol. I don't know if his add-on to his conversation with Steven being like, well, if I have this and you have this, then we should just go. I don't know if that was like the determining factor for Steven. But it was. I think it was good Survivor gameplay to like try to. You have all this new information. It's a little bit, it's not like confrontational per se, but it's a little bit like, I know you have this. It's a little bit like a game of chicken. And I think the best way to end the conversation is be like, maybe we can put these things together and take out a mutual target. Now, I feel like Steven, it's hard to know exactly what he wanted or what Christina wanted, but I do think it was in their better interest to target Savannah. And my guess is that Sage told them that she wanted Sophie and they knew that they didn't have the numbers, so they jumped on board, and that's why it was unanimous. So that's sort of why I'm like, I don't know if Rizzo was like the sway there, but I still think he handled it well. It's like sometimes in Survivor, you're gonna have conversations with people that are not on your side. That doesn't mean that you can't like try to extend some olive branches like Rizzo did. So yeah, I think Rizzo's handling it really well. But
now, can we talk about this challenge?
yeah,
The immunity challenge. Because over there on Chat BBC, is that the name of the chat?
Whoa.
You know that it's not.
No, I don't know. What's the name of the chat?
Chat GPT?
No.
Did you say
know the
BBC?
wait, time out. Let me do some
Bryce.
real live research. No, because
I mean,
y'all
don't
old.
look up BBC.
Hold on.
don't
Well, I mean,
need-
I did say BBC, but hold on, wait.
We don't need your
Chat. Oh,
expertise.
sorry. Chat BCC.
No, GBT.
No, Jack. Chat BCC is the platform that you can chat about the episode with players. It's this live forum. Okay, y'all are late. Welcome to the club.
Well,
And
I
so
know
on
about it.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
You never heard of Chat BBC? I mean, Chat BCC.
No.
I heard about Chat BBC too. I heard about Chat BWC too. I heard about them all. But Chat Chat BCC.
What's that?
I just explained it, Jack.
You didn't say that much about it. It's like a live forum. You can talk with the players about the episode.
So you can be in people's players from Survivor, players from Amazing Race are like, it's a group chat, and US fans can watch and see them chat about it.
Oh,
Now on Chat BBC, it's something a little different.
we know. So what were they talking about on Chat BCC?
On Chat BCC
About
in
the
this
challenge.
challenge, they were talking that this challenge only lasted 4 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
Now this is the
they only
iconic.
fell like one time, right?
Correct. Now this is the iconic immunity challenge that can last 45 minutes to an hour. Jack and we did this challenge, or no, you might have tried to vote against me and you was out, and I had to do this challenge in South Africa. This challenge is a hard challenge. What I will say is the adaptation of this challenge, where
Yeah, kind of a terrible adaptation. Yeah.
The adaptation of this challenge where it's tied to you and it spins and you walk around, I think makes it significantly easier. I prefer the challenge where you gotta hold on to the rope
Agree.
and walk it back.
Agree.
Okay. That's all. But on the Chat BCC, they was saying it. Also, can I just give y'all a hot take real quick?
Yeah.
And this don't have nothing to do with nobody. I love everybody on this season, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. And I love everybody. I do. But I am not a fan of Uncle Jeff or Uncle Jay. Okay, I said it. I'm sorry. I said it. Okay. When Jonathan Young called him Mr. Jeff, I hated it. And the first couple times I heard Uncle Jeff or Uncle Jay, I said, okay, but I'm sorry. I hate it. I'm sorry, but I love you, Christina, and I love you, Jamar, but I hate it.
And they're friends of the show, Bryce.
I know it. I love them.
They're
And
friends
I
in real
love
life.
'em.
Bro. Those are our
And I
people,
love
Bryce.
'em.
I'm Stevie Wonder.
But I just hate it. I was getting a snack during tribal council, and Christina said Uncle Jay, and I turned my volume up, and I was like, who the hell is Uncle Jay?
Damn, Bryce.
I hate it.
I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it.
This happens a lot on Big Brother too, where it's like
Yeah.
everyone's calling her Aunt Julie. Everyone's
Right.
like, "Oh, you look ravishing tonight, Aunt Julie." It's like, come up with your own thing. Well, now I guess this is their own thing. It's like a new thing, but also, but I think my thing is now I don't know how you guys feel about a Jeff nickname in general. I think a couple of times I feel like it was maybe Courtney Yates, who sometimes would be like Jeffrey.
But listen, in my head, if I were ever to play again, that's what I'm calling him, Jeffrey.
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
And I wouldn't do it every time, but if you're making if you're being a little snarky like Jeffrey, don't come on,
Right.
now, Jefferson. But yeah, when it's every time it's Uncle Jeff, it is a little bit much.
That's it. But I love Jawan, I love Christina, and listen, it don't get me every time, but sometimes I be like.
But do you think I feel like maybe they keep doing it because maybe Jeff is like, he's like, oh, I might get invited to the cookout. Like, yeah, he's like, I kind of like when they call me Uncle Jeff. Like, keep doing it.
He's not invited, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was a swing and a miss.
Because you would think Jeff would, if he did it, like he'd be like, don't call me that. And they'd probably stop. But I feel like they say he has like a little warm smile. He's like,
I think it's growing on him. And again, it could grow on me because, like, I hated Jonathan Young with the Mr. Jeff. But sometimes I would, Mr. Jeff. Like, I don't know. I just hate it.
I guess while we're on hot takes.
Okay.
I've seen some commentary about Sophie B's voice.
Excuse me?
Has anybody heard or seen any tweets about her voice?
No, because I love it.
I'm not saying I don't love it. I love her confessionals, okay? Here's what I'm about to say.
whoa,
Wendell, this is the voice of Wendell Holland. This does not speak for Jack Atkins or Brice Izyah.
Do y'all remember when they were chasing chickens in the episode? And she was leaned back doing her confessional. Her voice reminds me of someone's voice. What is
my friend said it kind of had like a Timmy Turner kind of quality to it.
No. This is what I'm hearing. Ready? We're running around looking for the chickens. They're barking. They're running around. They're eating the rice. They're eating the coconuts. I'm hearing when she talks, it reminds me of Trump. That's who her voice reminds. That's all. I'm not saying any.
Whoa.
Look at that confessional. That's what I'm saying. You have to look at that confessional.
Yeah, that wasn't as bad as I thought. Like that was just like a different.
Look at that confessional. I'm not saying I dislike her voice.
Like the cadence of it.
Chickens are running around. I'm telling you, watch that confessional and put it next to one of
I will say, yeah, during that one, my friends were like, she could be like a voice actor because she kind of sounds almost like a Timmy Turner, like it's like high pitched but also a little raspy. And I think a lot of those like kids shows where it's like a kid's cartoon, it's like a girl will voice a boy character, kind of has that.
I enjoyed the voice. Okay, well.
I didn't say I don't enjoy it. I'm just saying it reminds me of somebody. That's all.
Okay. Well, I
don't know if you guys saw. She had an Instagram reel that unrelated to Survivor that got like 10 million. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
She's been killing it on the TikTok too. All right, I got another hot take since we have a hot takes.
Whoa.
It better not have to do with me, Brice.
Jack, yesterday at the Baltimore watch party.
Oh boy.
What?
Wendell's breath never smelled more tart and dry.
What?
And I didn't even have a piece of gum to give him. And I had to tell him, Jack, he was like, come here, Brice. I said, oh.
First of all, he's lying. Second of all, my breath was good.
I didn't tell Jack, Wendell, Wendell, we were downstairs. I did not tell you. I said your breath smells like battery acid. And Jack Wendell was like, I need to know these things.
What? That's an embellishment, Brice.
Jack Wendell, that didn't happen.
Received. That's thank you for that, Brice.
I hear you. It happens to the best of us.
I don't know why it smells like battery acid.
Got it.
It had an acidic. Y'all know what I'm talking about when somebody got that
drinking Theraflu all day, Brice.
I was like, oh. Anywho,
That's terrible.
but it was great to see Steven win this immunity
While
challenge.
we're at it, actually, I got something to say.
Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
If you want to go there, Brice.
Keep it cute.
Nope, we just gonna do this. Because when we were in Baltimore, no, I don't have anything. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Oh,
no, do it. Oh no, do it. Oh no,
Continue the
do
pod.
it.
But I'm gonna
Do
let
it.
you know. I'm gonna let you know when we get off.
Do it.
Nah, I'm gonna let you
It
know.
has to do with me.
Yes, it does.
Oh, do it. Do it.
You don't want this smoke on the pod.
I bring the smoke on the pod.
You don't want this smoke on the pod. It
Bring it.
doesn't have to be
Jack,
Baltimore.
tell him to break it. Jack,
I don't
tell him
even
to
know. I'm worried that we're not gonna get to tribal council.
bring it.
You better polish your sunglasses, Brice. Get a helmet, Brice. I'm not doing it. I'm not. Brice, you better get yourself a bulletproof jacket, Brice.
Do it.
All right. You asked for it. I ain't got nothing for you. Continue the pod.
Oh,
But
I'm gonna tell you after the pod, Brice.
you got him all dressed up to go to the construction site and get your hammer and your toolbox. Now get your time card and fill it out for your hours.
Now go dig a hole.
okay. Jack, you got any hot takes you wanna feel like getting off your chest?
Nothing that jumps to mind. I will say I don't think this is a hot take, and we've talked a lot about it. I think that this season suffered so much, I say every week, from knowing who's on 50, because I think the real most interesting narrative arc is the way that Rizzo, Savannah, and Sophie B have maneuvered from the bottom. But knowing that two of them are on 50, it's like that that's going to happen. So that's to me is the most frustrating part. But I think this episode it started to be like, okay, they could start to go out. I think next episode there's a lot of intrigue for me because now it's like you could get 6th place and be on 50. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be interesting, and I think the next 2 episodes I think could be really good for reasons I said earlier. I think with all these different advantages going to come to a head. A lot of different people with some winner equity. A lot of times you go to the finale, it's like, okay, it's between this person and this person, right? But I think there's a world where Rizzo could win, Savannah could win, Sophie B could win, Steven, Sage. I think all of them at Final Tribal could make a case, and votes could be. I don't think we're going to see like a 9-1 final vote. Or I guess there's only 8 people, 7-1 final vote. I think it could be like a 4-2-2. So I think that'll be very interesting. I'm excited to see how it finishes. I'm excited for the finale party in LA. But no, I don't have any crazy hot takes.
Okay.
But
another one of my hot takes, not really a hot takes. We did talk about the jury being all black prior to this, but I just want to add a couple of notes to that. Is that the jury might be all black up until this point, but baby, black is beautiful because each time they come to tribal council, specifically MC, chef's kiss.
Jawan was sharp with the turtleneck.
That's what I'm saying. Jawan pull up. Okay. Jawan knew he was doing it with that turtleneck. Jawan pull up and said, when Jawan was getting ready, Jawan was like, oh, I'm going to fuck him up with this one. They was like, Jawan, we're in Fiji. Are you sure? Oh, no. Jawan pull up.
He was putting the turtle in turtleneck. He heard Sage shout him out. He's like, thank you, Sage.
Jawan pull up to that tribal like, what's up? Okay. I'm like, I ain't never see a turtleneck that high, but I like what you doing, Jawan. Jawan was hot.
How warm do you think it was?
He was hot. He walked in
I
that
respect it, you know, fashion over function at that point.
I said, is Jawan limping? He came into that trial. What's up, Uncle Jay? Okay. And at that time, I wasn't mad at it. I like that, Uncle Jay.
It was smooth.
What's up, Uncle Jay?
Just dap him up and just.
He's like, hey, yo, Sophie, yes, fuck you. Okay. But no, the black people have been doing it up. Okay, they might have got voted out, but MC and Jawan specifically, I don't know what Alex Moore was doing. No, you know, Alex Moore looked the same, but no. I like the jury. Shout out to Jawan.
I'm looking forward to see. When's the last time we had a juror who every time they pulled up, they really just like put that shit on?
Oh,
was Saul that dude?
Well, Saul always had like really interesting fits.
No,
Okay.
Saul was that.
Well,
dude.
it's like, you know, him showed up vest, no shirt. It's like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. That's funny, but it's not like, oh, that he's not going to be in like Gucci with that one. You know what I mean? I want to see someone pull up to the jury, just, you know, really like looking fresh as hell.
Listen,
you know?
I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but they said on Kaguya when I was pulling up in the jury, they said my fits was fresh.
What are you talking about?
No, they didn't.
When were you pulling up to the jury?
When you went to the pre-merge trip?
Sorry, when we were on our trip, when we would go out at night,
Okay.
we would call time out, but we really would do this. We would call our dinner. We would call our dinners tribal council, and we would get dressed up.
I like it. No, I can see Brice. Brice, if you come back second chances, I mean, you're going to at least make the jury. I hope you make it all the way to final tribal, but I can see you pulling up to the jury. You got like your rag coat on. You got some shades on. I mean, that's what I'm talking. But no, Saul was a good, definitely a good shout. But it was like he was throwing like some really interesting fashion that like was eye catching, which was fun. But I just want to see someone coming in just with some crazy shit on.
Like, okay.
You know, I don't know. I don't like just someone, but again, that might be kind of out of place in like in Fiji. Like, I don't know if you're gonna pack for Survivor and be like, yo, just in case I make the jury, let me pack like my Louis V suit. Like, it's got to be a little bit more functional, I guess. But
yeah, it was interesting. I mean, tribal council was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it seemed like maybe this Christina Savannah.
That was interesting.
Was that like planned though? But it like felt a little real.
For me, and again, because this is how much of a savage, because one, I love Christina, and I think Christina was being real in that moment, but I also think Savannah was actually talking to Sophie S. Like, you know, but it was interesting. But I also, in that moment, I thought like, Savannah is such a huge target, but like my, has she insulated herself so well in between like a Sophie B and a Rizzo, who are huge targets as well. And it's like this shark, or it's like if Savannah was a whale and she was a beached whale, still alive. Like, this is the time if you're a whale hunter to get the whale, but it seemed like we just pushed her back into the ocean.
Yeah.
A killer.
Yeah, that was the confusing thing for me. But again, I think the edit, like we've seen more Sophie S recently, but not a ton. But it seems like she was more of a threat than they gave her credit for.
Absolutely.
Although I don't really know like how the jury necessarily perceived her, because it seems a lot of people had like maybe like a weird perception of her, even though from what we've seen, I think she's like really fun. So, yeah.
Sophie S. In real life, she's mad cool, and in the game, she turned a lot of enemies quick, especially with the Jawan vote, with Sage. And she's a great game player, and she seems like a great person. So, but it didn't seem like she had a core number one at any point, really. She had relationships.
Yeah, I think her game sense was really strong. She's great in challenges. Seems like she just didn't quite have like the social capital to make a big move like a last week and then be able to like rebound. Like Sage was just pissed at her. Really.
Right. And also it was like, even when Sage was pissed at her, like she's saying to Sage, like, I just couldn't beat a Jawan at the end. And again, us being at home watching when it's like, and again, no disrespect to Jawan because he was doing some things, but again, from my perspective, like Sage was driving the bus. And so like on top of that is like, you're telling me that, like, yeah, it was really interesting. But Sophie definitely played a good game. We didn't see much of her in the beginning, but the time that we did see her, she was moving and she was shaking. And like she started off this episode, she said, I'm gonna play my own game. And so although she didn't win the $1 million, I'm at least happy that she had the opportunity to take hold of her game, because there are so many survivors that get stuck in other people's webs of games and aren't able to step out on their own. And so although she wasn't able to win it, I was glad that she was able to like take hold of her game. And I think that that's important and that should be celebrated, just like 600 episodes on the Purple Pants podcast should be celebrated. Again, thank you all for the support and the love. This has been your Survivor News for episode 11 of Survivor 49. The baby boys will be in Boston next week. And in the final week, Wendell and I will be in New York. Our baby boy Jack will be holding it down for us in LA. And if you are coming to Boston or New York, can you do me a favor and bring Wendell some gum? Just hand him some gum and say, this is for Brice. Please and thank you. All right. This has been your Survivor News. We'll see you next week.
It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You better listen in public, might make your stomach hurt. Ooh. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to unwind, you better get that box wine. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to get your snack, you better hurry right back though. It's the Purple Pants. It's the Purple Pants.